morning, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the South Florida Tribune Podcast. My name is Scott Morganroth, the Motor City Badmouth. In the house, Candy Ebling. Out in New York City, Monique Leshman, a fashion designer and stylist. And Monique, welcome to the big show.
Well, hello, and thank you for having me. So great to be here.
Oh, well, our pleasure, Monique. So it's really interesting to have a stylist on the broadcast, and we're going to be talking a little bit about some virtual shopping. So why don't you go out there and
take it away.
Take it away.
All right. Well, I'm basically a fashion and accessory designer based in New York City, and I am ready to show the world what it's like to actually virtual shop. And it's actually a wonderful concept because in quarantine right now, it's very, very difficult for so many people, and they don't feel very safe. So I wanted to bring my New York City experience directly into your home, and that's where this whole concept came up with.
That's neat. I mean, I really like the whole virtual, especially like you said, now when it's pandemic, even right after the pandemic, how many people are going to be going? I mean, there's how many stores that aren't even out there anymore. How many people want to go to the store and I don't know about you, but if I see something on the rack, I'm like, well, is that going to look good on me or not? I want to try it on. But nowadays, I'm not so sure I really want to go out there and try it on because who else has tried it on?
Well, that's the thing. See, when you get involved with fashion in general, you never know who touched it. Everyone's going to be scared. It's going to be like Fright Night, no matter how you look at it. But you have to trust the process. And shopping in a place that you feel comfortable with, and kind of knowing that they take pride in how they care for their goods, is a part of the process. And the beautiful thing about virtual shopping is I can actually try it on and give you an idea of what it will look like, so that you feel comfortable enough with it. And as a stylist, it's what I do. So by viewing your, looking at you, because we'll go live. There's a whole process that I would love to share with you, from start to finish. But in general, it's a really safe way to shop. And not only that, every woman they want to feel glamorous and special. And being at home for so long, it's like they forgot that glamour part of the life. So it's just a really interesting concept. And I think so many people are going to really love this experience. They might be like, wait, what? In the beginning. But once we get into it, I think they're really going to love it.
Well, because I would think it would be very different. But the fact that you're a stylist, let's face it, Monique, you and I have totally different body styles. We look very different. And I'm just saying, but that's the beauty of what you're doing, right? Because you can...
Yeah, so basically, I'm a creator at heart. Okay, I have a love for details, and I'm totally obsessed with fashion accessories and honestly timeless items. Right? So what are timeless items? Okay, in my world, timeless items are details. In my case, fashion accessories or apparel. I also design clothing by accident kind of thing, and that's a whole nother probably chapter, but you could definitely read about me in my bio online. And so what the important thing about fashion accessories, or what I do, they transition in so many ways. So my concept is being able to buy a product that can transition from day to night, basically beach to boogie. Okay?
Well, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
Saves money. I don't have to have two different outfits and pay for two different outfits.
No, it's actually, and that's where a stylist or a creator or somebody that has this vision will do for you. And stylists in general are super expensive, right?
Right.
So, you have all these celebrities and media people. They don't look beautiful just because they look beautiful. They have stylists that have earned their way through the industry, right? So if they wear something, for example, that is striking on A, B, or C, I could say Jennifer Lopez, this one, that one, but I won't go out saying names, but somebody will see them, or let's say the audience will see them in general, right? Which is huge and vast. And a lot of people follow, celebrities, or influencers in today's marketplace.
Like the whole red carpet, right?
Yeah, it's just like this whole new vision, and it's not even about celebrities anymore. It's more about influencers, and so many people, everyone's shopping online because it's safe, it's convenient, and now with this whole new concept that I'm bringing to the digital world, it's a virtual shopping experience. So this is just a really, I kind of try to think of things that are out of the box, that will stand me apart from the regular, or I shouldn't say the regular, but that makes me stand out. So I'm like, how do I bring my life that has totally stopped right now? Everyone's has, but my street tailor business, which we'll get to that, but I started my business on a New York City street, and I basically created a global brand from the New York City streets, right?
That's awesome.
And and so I basically want to bring my concept into your living room or bedroom or wherever you're comfortable, and I am going to we're going to be engaging like close friends, and prior to, I'm going to send a questionnaire if this person is whoever it is that's interested, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm offering basically a free styling session if they buy $75 worth of accessories, which is very easy to do because those accessories will take you in so many directions as far as styling is concerned. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's timeless. The right accessory will take you everywhere, from corporate to like that trendsetter at cocktails, or for cocktails, I hope you're feeling me, and I hope that whoever's listening understands that. And if they don't, I'm totally here to share with them why is this so strikingly special. Mm-hmm. Right? Do you shop, Candy? Do you shop online?
I do.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Do you find yourself shopping? Do you follow influencers? Are you that kind of? What's your daily life like?
Well, my daily life, I'll be honest with you, Monique, is I work in a bank.
Okay, you're corporate.
So it is corporate. It is uniform corporate. So we have our own line that we buy through work, but all the accessories except for scarves actually come through work, but everything else, any jewelry or any of that, I buy myself, or we can accessorize however we'd like, as long as it's not too out there, because we're in the corporate world.
Okay, so this is perfect. Okay, mm-hmm. So here you are, that you're in this corporate world, and I'm in this complete trend-setting fashion world. Yep. Now, am I a trendsetter? I think I am. Mm-hmm. Okay. Did I always know that? I knew that I had a gift because my whole life people were like always zoomed into my accessories, and it was very natural for me. Mm-hmm. Okay, to understand that very young in life that this was something that I was probably going to do. I didn't really know it, but I was obsessed with it. So it came very easy. So now, what timeless items are important or essential in today's marketplace, let's say, right? Mm-hmm. So it, like you said, it depends on where, or not what you said. It's like you're in the corporate world. So I would say, for example, someone like in the corporate world, whether it's banking, legal, corporate, mm-hmm. like in that whole facet of work, it's very typical that somebody would wear a very simple kind of necklace, mm-hmm. right?
Right.
It's just the ideal thing. So let's just take it up a notch. So now we have a chain necklace, for example, but something that's that has a little bit of something to it, not just plain. Mm-hmm. I'm not a plain kind of girl. So my plain, or let's say my simple chain, is going to have some kind of texture to it, because it needs that balance. And I would explain this to my client or, whoever it is that I'm styling, why. Okay. That's a whole nother part of the education of styling, right? But so you take it up a notch. So now you have that chain necklace and maybe you add something that's a little bit longer for my trendier girl. Why? Because she needs that extra bit of boom. And chances are she's going to want it because it's offering more of a statement.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But also that corporate lady might love that too.
Right.
Okay? So now you take these accessories, or let's say, for example, in the corporate case, this simple chain necklace, right?
Mm-hmm.
That simple chain necklace, if you want, you could double that up and all of a sudden it's a bracelet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yep.
All right. So there's so many ways you could take that simple chain. You could take it shopping with jeans and a t-shirt, right? Mm-hmm. You could take it to corporate. You could dress it up and put the right earrings on, not something. There's a whole science to styling. So anyway, getting into the styling facet, that's where I like to make my magic.
Mm-hmm.
And just like in your corporate world, you have this gift of dealing with people. You have to be pretty patient, right?
Yep.
You have to really take a lot of, let's just say take a lot.
Yep.
Okay?
Feedback, good or bad, I get it.
And in my world, there's a lot of drama, but these people that are willing to or interested in taking this really simple step is a way to let go. And they wanna shine, but they just don't know how to.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't mean that they don't shine, because they, as an individual, shine. But those accessories just take it up to a whole new level. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh my God. Okay, we're walking down the street, and this person is just like dressed to the nines, and then all of a sudden their shoes have like holes in them. Well, no, that's just not happening. Okay, So every single detail just really is super duper important. And, I feel that virtual styling is the way to go.
So I would ask you, Monique, so let's say you and I were doing a virtual and I said I wanted help with styling for when I'm at work, because if I have an important meeting or what to go to, we would get on a virtual call, and would I get out my uniform, so to speak, or whatever I was going to wear, and you would then say, okay, this, and you'd have accessories, and you'd say, well, this I would think works, or this doesn't work. Is that kind of what? Okay,
so what? Excuse me for interrupting. So, what is virtual styling? Okay, so my example of virtual styling, or e-styling, let's say, because it's digital. It's a new concept, right? It brings the skills of my styling to your home. Okay, so how does this work? I basically have a questionnaire that I've already established, right?
Yep.
I send it out to my client. They go online, they click to the website. Clearly, it'll take them to the link of the My Style Me page, okay? Or Style Me. And then they're going to fill out a questionnaire. That questionnaire right there screams miles to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because these are questions that when I'm on the phone with somebody and I just, they call or they're looking to get styled, for example, media, I do a lot with the media, celebrity, whatever. These are certain questions that we ask, right? Yep. And it involves their eye color or their daily life and what certain, anyway, so you fill out this whole questionnaire, and that will define a lot to me, right? Mm-hmm. So now I already have an idea of what kind of person I'm getting ready to meet.
Right.
Okay. So that answers probably, let's say 50% of, or probably more realistically. Okay. Mm-hmm. and there, I already have a definition of who I'm dealing with, right? Mm-hmm. So then what happens is they book an appointment. They actually give me their times that are best for them. I will personally get back to them probably by a phone call, because they're going to leave me their phone number, and it's completely private. Okay, it's completely safe. There's nobody that's looking at our information. Anyway, so we contact you, and then we set up this appointment, and we go live together.
Okay.
So at that point, you can wear whatever you want. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're really only interested in me styling you for work, well, that's great. But I promise you this. Whatever I've styled you with work, you're going to take that into boogie down, groovy down, okay?
Right.
You're going to be able to take that to your date night with your husband.
Right.
So that's the beauty. There is no reason or rhyme to this method. What I do and what my specialty is timeless details. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I have been, basically, those are everything that I've created in the fashion world, or accessory world, have all been very big statements. Okay? Mm-hmm. So that's what it all comes down to. So, what are the advantages of a virtual styling session? Well, first of all, let's say it's completely safe, right? Yep. It's safe, it's clean, right? Secondly, normally, like I had mentioned, the regular fees for a stylist go upwards to, there is no limit, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm offering this free session when they spend $75. Now, we both know that $75, depending on how you shop, it will get you, maybe, depending on how you shop, not that much.
Right.
Okay? If it's a really beautiful piece that will really take you in so many places, right?
Right.
But I'm offering this free, because I do believe that I'm going to be able to make them feel very, very special. And these items are probably going to be some of their best talk pieces that they've ever had. That's how positive I feel about what I do. So, and with a track record, and by no means am I like this famous person, because I'm not, but in my 30 years of doing what I do, I have a track record.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I can go on and on and on, but I definitely want to be able to let people know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel for so many, I'm sure, millions of people out there that just don't know what and where to go. Mm-hmm. And there are a lot of websites that offer styling, but it's very, I'd like to call it cardboard box.
I was going to say not personal.
Right. Okay. It's kind of like these boxes that they send to everybody. Right?
Right.
So it's not that special. Okay? Mm-hmm. And when you go into somebody's home, it's very intimate. Right?
Right.
That's what this should feel like. Because it's truly a one-on-one, hello, nice to meet you. Oh my God, I got you. And then the end result is they're coming back for more because they just love it. And they're getting so many compliments. And it's an experience it's an experience. Don't you love a good experience?
Of course.
Right? Don't you love, like, when you go to, like, for example, oh my God, like an amazing restaurant, for example.
Any place that would pamper me. Of course, we all like that. Of course.
So that's we're girls, okay? Every girl wants to be spoiled.
Right. I should point out something since I'm the only guy in this conversation, and I say this from a candid perspective, okay? For me, right? I go to the Goodwill store, and $75 gets me a lot of product. Now, just kidding with you guys out there, all right?
It's all good. You know what?
What's that?
I'm a huge thrift shopper.
Well, good. So let me.
You can find timeless pieces there.
So let me continue here, okay? Because I'm enjoying this between you guys. I'm a Goodwill store person. I won't be a J.C. Penney store because they're going bankrupt. So, and Amazon's taking over and cleaning up. But that said, okay, continue on. I don't remember the last time I bought a pair of pants anywhere that was brand new, like Walmart and all these places. I probably have to go a long ways to go. So, but at any rate, I'm enjoying this amongst you guys. I think it's funny. But since, Monique, you're a thrift shopper, then you certainly put things in perspective, knowing that there's a timeless element. Continue.
Okay. So, listen, I'm not saying that you have to buy new to be on top of,
right?
Anything, right? Mm-hmm. It's called finding the right item that's timeless. So, like,
a little black dress.
Vintage is timeless, okay? Mm-hmm. Vintage is timeless. I mean, I love my grandmother's jewelry. Okay, some of my favorite pieces, I mix in my vintage with my accessories, because that's the beauty of accessorizing and styling. But there's a balance to styling. It's not like, oh my God, let me put on those earrings, the bracelet, the necklace. No. I'm not a matchy kind of girl. I would never style anybody matching. Okay. I want them to wear, if they are going to be, and they are that type that loves bracelets, earrings, whatever, I'm probably going to tone it down, because there's a balance. Like, you can't have that gaudy earring and then that gaudy necklace and that gaudy, it's too much. Okay. So it needs to be balanced. So if you have that simple chain earring, it's okay to bring that bulky ring in, but you can't have the eyes. It's like going to look at, you walk down the street and somebody's got this shiny, bright, hot pink shirt with these bright yellow pants and these orange bright, it's like, it's hard not to see them. And you don't want to just see, like, you don't want somebody to remember you as like, oh my God. You want them to be like, oh my God, she had the most amazing, like, earrings, and her necklace was like, I couldn't even believe it. And then I saw her ring, I freaked out. Like that. Okay? So there's a balance to how you accessorize. And the right timeless, and I use timeless very, very strong, okay? Because timeless is what I do best. And today, that people don't even know when they're gonna work. Okay, they are on such budgets right now. People are suffering, but a lot of people might be suffering, but they still want to look good. Okay, and if they have that interview that is virtual because they cannot come online, they want to look the part. Okay, and it's very, very important. Okay. First impressions are everything, no matter what it is, okay? And by having the right attire, you could be super, super simple, but that right little boom of accessory is going to make all the difference. It just does, period, all right? It is what it is. If you know, you know. It's just taking it up a notch and feeling special. You're going to get pampered, and it's a wonderful experience. Okay. I've been doing this for a while. I have certain clients that I would do this, virtual thing during this quarantine kind of situation where they've had interviews online and whatever. And I just noticed it worked. And, my mother is actually that's another story, but my mother was living in an assisted living. And I noticed that when I was calling her and we were doing these FaceTimes, And I was like, she would see my jewelry and she's like, oh my God, that's so pretty. And then I sent her a beautiful package. And what we did was I was able to, show her how to do it on the, FaceTime, and she loved it. And she felt so beautiful, and she felt so special, even with the distance apart. It just really brought us, listen, I always style my mother, right? But it was a connection that it was just like a ding, 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 ding. Like, this is going to really be something, super special for everybody. But then I thought, seniors, like, how many seniors right now are home alone, quarantined, literally stuck in their rooms, suffering. They're away from their family. I'm just going to come right in and give them this beautiful 30 to 45 minutes, like, of something that they're probably going to be talking about for I don't even know how long. I mean, what a wonderful, like, getaway. There's just so many ways in which you could take this. So I really think it's a great thing. I really, I could keep talking, and I guess that's what this is all about, but...
Oh, no, I thought we had shy people on this broadcast. Anyways, while I have the opportunity to interject here, you are listening to the South Florida Tribune podcast here on the WSAN network. We are here with Monique Leshman, a fashion designer and stylist. She's based out of the Big Apple, New York City. And Monique, we're glad to have you on the program tonight. So we have about 10 or 15 minutes left to go in the program. Any things you want to add before we call it a night?
No, I just want to let people know that there is, for all those girls out there or ladies or whoever is listening, that this is just something really special. I hope that you could come in and experience this wonderful New York City experience. Just to make a long story short, I basically started my business on a street corner in New York City over 20 years ago. And I'm known as like the street tailor, basically the retailer on the street. I have one of the most sought after locations in the world, and I don't pay rent, and that's a whole nother story that we could do later on. But I became, the it girl of fashion accessories on the New York City streets, and I am ready to bring this experience directly to your home. So anyone that was really looking forward to coming to New York to do those street shopping, I'm going to set it right up, and you could come shopping literally New York City style in the comfort of your own home.
All right, Monique, with that said, why don't you let the listeners know how they can get a hold of you?
You just go to MoniqueLeshman.com. It's MoniqueL, like Larry, ES like Sam, HMAN.com. Or you could follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, or any of the social networks. Yes, definitely. Right. That's pretty much it.
All right,
or you can Google my name and just look at images, and you'll see the array of clothing and accessories. And if you're interested, please give a shout out.
Okay, let me go over our information here at WSAN Network. First of all, you want to follow us, you can do so on my personal account with Scoop, SCOOP 33333. That equals 5 3s. And at Tribune South. Facebook, you can reach us on South Florida Tribune. All you need to do, folks, is really like the page. And we're looking for a hat trick because we're going to bring hockey, a sport, into this equation. Instagram gets it done, South Florida Tribune. YouTube channel, we have a South Florida Tribune YouTube channel as well. Our website is www.southfloridatribune.com. Monique Leshman is an occasional contributor to that. She has a drop-down under contributors' writings. Email address, southfloridatribune@gmail.com. Gets it done. On LinkedIn, you can reach me, Scott Morganroth, there. Our shows here on the WSAN network include the Sports Exchange, which you heard prior to this broadcast, South Florida Tribune podcast, which you're hearing now with Monique Leshman and myself and Candy Ebling. 108 Stitches Baseball Talk, The Real and the Rare with Xavier McKnight, Fantasy Football with myself and Ryan Skolrud, Motorman and Rude Dog, and our newest broadcast that we welcome is No Limits, and that No Limits broadcast will be exactly able to do is live up to its name. This broadcast can be found on Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, CastBox, Podcast Addict, Deezer, and Podchaser. If you can count up to 9, that's 9 sources for which you can get it. So, meanwhile, Candy, any final thoughts?
No, I enjoyed talking, Monique. Fashion is definitely something that's in, and I love your new concept. I think it's really exciting.
I'm so excited. Thank you so much, you guys. It was great.
All right,
Thank you so much for having me.
Stay on the line for a moment, Monique, and then we'll go over a couple things here so that we can get your information out there. With that said, folks, we want to thank you for joining us here in the South Florida Tribune podcast. It's been great. We hope that we've been able to provide you with some diverse entertainment. We ask you to be safe, use common sense on the road, and practice social distancing. So, meanwhile, good night, everybody.
Good night. Thank you so much. Stay safe, everyone. Please stay safe.